New Level Cap podcast is a show about fun, friends, game design, and all things otherwise. Your hosts are Marco DeSantos and Brad Telton of Level 99 Games. I'm Chris Solis, your producer, and without further ado, please enjoy the show.
I got it, Brad.
Got it memorized?
Yes. Yes. Does every episode of this podcast, does every episode of this podcast start with Kingdom Hearts? I recently read a comment from one of our fans stating that they absolutely 100% love Kingdom Hearts. But real talk, if we started every episode of the podcast just shading on Kingdom Hearts for 5 minutes, they would love it. So
I think that's totally doable, but we should probably not throw too much shade on Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's fair. Have we developed a multi-game franchise that has entranced the world and made billions of dollars at this point?
We've done at least one of those three things.
Okay, I don't know which one of those we actually did.
The first one.
Multi-game franchise?
That's right. Yeah.
All right, sure. We've done that. Yeah. Okay.
So I guess we're 1/3 of the way to being able to adequately shade Kingdom Hearts. Today we have I guess you would call a Level 99 Games Direct.
Oh, you see, I gave a cool name to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we call it Level 99 News because it's great because we're like Level 99 Games and then there's news.
Would it be like the news at 99 or something?
Oh, the 99 o'clock news.
No, just do news at 99. That's the real newscaster sound.
Okay, how about, is it an @ symbol or?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so professional. All right. You want to do like some weird intro where we pretend we're news anchors?
You'd have to get that like trigger, that like trill that's like da 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 da.
And welcome back to News at 99. I'm Marco DeSantos, and with me is my amazing co-anchor,
Brad Telton. Thank you, Marco. Thank you for bringing us on, and it's great to be here. We have our first News at 99, and in this episode, we're just going to give you a quick update on the status of all our current projects here at Level 99 Games, let you know how things are coming along, and what to expect next.
Alright, that's great, but before we get into that, let's cool down a bit with our first piece of information. Our first story for today involves Millennium Blades Collusion. This Kickstarter just finished, but Brad, tell me, how was it? How did you like it? Was it as good as you thought it would be?
Well, Millennium Blades Collusion has finished. We raised over $370,000 for the final expansion to Millennium Blades, as well as the big collector's box. The pledge manager for this game will be live by the time this episode is live. So you can look out for that soon. And if you back the project, you'll be able to get everything at the Kickstarter price. So it's not too late to get a copy of Millennium Blades Collusion and all of the incredible extra stuff that comes with that. However, I was quite happy with the outcome of the project. We did a great job. It was the most backed project in Level 99 Games history. Over 4,100 backers joined us to bring Millennium Blades Collusion to life. Actually, I think it was 4,300 backers joined us to bring that game to life. And yeah, it's quite a rush to see this game take off in such a big way. When we first did Millennium Blades so long ago, I was really worried. How are people going to like this? Are people going to get it? Is it going to be too weird? Is it going to be too much? To come back 4 years later and have it be our most funded or most backed game of all time is a really good feeling. So I'm very happy with the way that Collusion came out and with all the things that we got to do in the game.
I was very happy to see this, and it like blew my mind that when we put up this Kickstarter, I was like, hey, let's post the announcements for this Kickstarter. All right, we get to do updates on how much we've been funded. And then like 2 hours later, oh, we're funded. Great.
Yeah, we had, I want to say, fully half of the backers of this project backed in the first 48 hours, which is really incredible.
Yeah.
We've not seen that kind of a huge onboarding right from the beginning. And what that says to me is that our fans are really excited about the things that we're doing, that people are ready to jump on board the minute something goes live. We sold out of almost all of the sponsor slots, the create a character type of pledges, almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to try and build future projects to have a little bit more room there, because it seems like a lot of people really want to get involved with the creative side of our work, and I want to encourage that in upcoming projects. So that's one lesson to learn. Another cool thing that we did for this project is we brought on a large number of sponsors to join us and to create custom cards for them. So we, much like the original Millennium Blades projects and like the Pixel Tactics Deluxe project years ago, we did several several crossovers, and those proved very successful. We got to meet a lot of new fans through our friends in the industry. So that was a lot of fun to do and to turn the spotlight on them for a bit.
Yeah, and in testing, on the gameplay side, these sets incorporate a lot of the mechanics that those games have, right? Like Monolith Arena has a lot of placement and all of that stuff. So
yeah, and so the cards in that set, you can rotate them to point at things, and they give an ability or a detriment to the card you point them to, much like they do in the actual Monolith Arena board game. We tried to capture as many mechanics as we could from the games where these cards originated.
Yeah, the testers love these cards. They're just some of the most fun promos they've ever played with, and especially the Near and Far set. Like, people just love bringing out the choose your own adventure style sheets, and then they read the events, and then they make choices. Such a fun,
the Near and Far set, very fun. And much like Near and Far, there's a paragraph adventure segment. So Josh really broke some boundaries to bring these wild cards to life. And I should mention that Joshua Van Lanningham was the lead designer for this set. I consulted on it and I reviewed it, but I was not the creator of all these cards.
Yeah,
that honor goes to Josh.
Yeah, Josh and I have been colluding ourselves. It's been really fun working with Josh on this. As his is the playtester technically the designer's lackey?
You're basically the lead developer for this set as the head playtester. You're the one that's helping to do all the balance. So we would call that a developer position.
Not lackey
in our organization. Not lackey, no.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. At least I can put that I can remove lackey from my business card now. So Brad, Millennium Blades Collusion. What's the news? Like, when are we going to be receiving updates? You already said when Pledge Manager is going to be open, but is there anything our fans can do as they wait for Millennium Blades to reach their tables?
Yeah, so Josh has a slew of weekly updates planned. Those are going to go up every Monday on the Millennium Blades Collusion page and on our own blog. So if you subscribe to our blog, or if you've already backed Millennium Blades Collusion, just make sure that you have Kickstarter updates turned on, and you will get updates in your inbox every week about how the project is going and previews of some of the new sets. And of course, playtesting for support is ongoing. If you playtest 5 games of Millennium Blades before the playtest cutoff date, you will receive a coupon for $25 off of your Pledge Manager pledge. So you can use that for add-ons, to cut down your shipping, all sorts of things.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, if you're going to be a playtester and you want to playtest Millennium Blades, you probably need to join our Discord, link for which can be found in the description down below. I'm also head of onboarding people for playtesting. So if you need any help, just message me. I'm the Mechanic Critic on Discord. And one cool thing is that I hold a weekly event for Millennium Blades. So if you are having trouble getting people together, well, every Friday at 9 p.m. GMT plus 8, I hold a 3-hour Millennium Blades event where people can gather together and play games with me or with each other, whatever. And we usually use it to test out specific things that Josh wants to see balanced or not. And there you go. Those count towards your games as well.
Yeah, so come and join us. It'd be great to have your help making Millennium Blades the best it can be.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, one last thing
Mhm.
before we move on. What was your favorite part of this entire project?
I think that my favorite part of the project was in planning the product line. So now that I have Josh so we've expanded the company, we've made some changes in our structure, and so now I have a lot more free time to really focus on planning and not on executing. Josh is now our director of development, and so he can manage the improving and finishing the games, as well as some of the playtesting and pre-press stuff that we have to do. So it falls to me now to actually play on the full product line, figure out when things are going to go to press, what changes that we're going to make fundamentally to the product. So, for example, deciding what's going to go in the box, how that storage box is going to work, how we're going to improve the game to make it easier to set up and teach, how we're going to improve the game to make it faster to set up and break down, how we're going to share the game with fans, what kind of advertising and marketing that we're going to do, and maybe special events for Millennium Blades. Those are the kind of decisions that I get to spend most of my time making now, and it feels good to really be involved in improving the player's quality of life,
Yeah.
not just in trying to get a product to press.
Oh man, Brad, finally, you can actually be a president of your company.
It's pretty much. It feels good.
Feels good to finally do the thing that your job title says you should be doing.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, sounds great.
It's
Guess
good,
what-
and it's good to have a good team that I can rely on.
Aw, well, hopefully I'm included in that, so...
You are, Marco. You are. Absolutely.
Aw, thanks, Brad. Alright, now guess what my favorite part was?
What's your favorite part, Marco?
It was actually... Okay, so, here's the big deal. When Chris told me that we would be streaming Millennium Blades, basically my favorite part has been almost all of our streams of Millennium Blades, because the cool thing is that Chris said, oh, we're going to play Millennium Blades. It's going to be you, me, Alice, and this person named Crows. And I'm like, Crows? Like, the name sounded so familiar to me, and I just couldn't, make the connection. And then when we started the stream, and then I heard Crows' voice, I was like, oh, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged Crows. And I lost I lost my marbles, because I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged fan, okay?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I basically had to control myself, because I couldn't just fanboy over Crows on stream, right? So...
Oh man, yeah. Crows is really cool, and he's gotten together with us a couple times to do conventions and to work on stuff. He had talked to me about doing a few other cool things from Millennium Blades Collusion. So we'll see what he comes up with.
Wait a minute.
I'm looking forward to it.
If it's Crows, is this a song? Because
we'll see. I don't want to announce anything before it's taken care of.
Oh, this is interesting. So it's either going to be some sort of like voice acting or a song, because I know that's what Crows does. He makes music and he does voice acting. So if suddenly you came to me and said, "Oh, Crows created this sculpture a la Michelangelo's David in the shape of Millennium Blades," then I will be very shocked.
Yeah.
But if it's a song,
You might not be that shocked.
Actually, that's true. I basically worship this man, I guess.
Wow. Well, but yeah, you'll see more from him in the future. Don't worry.
Ah, that's great. All right, so that does it for this first segment of the News 99. Now we'll go to Chris for the weather. And by that, I mean the advertisements and the break.
The Level 99 Games official Discord is the best place to find fans of your favorite games. Talk strategies and even find online play. You can find a link to the Discord in the description.
Thank you, Chris. Now we're moving on to the future. What is the status of current projects? What is happening behind the scenes? BTS, behind the scenes at Level 99 Games. What's happening to the stuff that isn't on your table yet? Brad, give us the scoop, the 411, the 90210, on the latest that you have for us. So tell us, Brad, here's the hard-hitting question. Street Fighter Exceed?
Well, Street Fighter Exceed is available in our online store now. It'll be coming to regular retail stores in May. The game is doing great. Fans love it. Non-fans love it. It's a great way to get into the series. We also have created a set of demo decks for Exceed, featuring Ryu and Ken, Street Fighter fame. Those are freely available to stores and to fans around the world. So if you're running some kind of event and you want to get some of those, let us know, because we can always send a couple of those to your store so that you can teach Exceed. We ran an event of our own at our local home game store, Active Imagination, just a few weeks ago. It was a huge success. We had over 15 people come in and play Exceed, take the demo decks, and try out the game. So I'm hoping that we'll get to do that again in the next month and have another Exceed game day. Should be a lot of fun.
Who did you play?
I play everyone. I play whoever my opponent wants to see played.
Okay,
that's what demos are all about.
That's the true mark of a demoer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're so flexible, you can do everything. Of course, I'm a horrible demoer because I only play Dan.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I? Number one, that's my name. So, why are you laughing?
Well, it's true. It is. I didn't even think about it, but it is.
Yeah, it is my name.
Marco Daniel DeSantos.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering my obscure second name.
You have to make your father's secret martial art famous. That's your quest.
All right, Mr. Miyabi, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, it's funny because there's like 3 Daniels in the company at this point or whatever. So
yeah. We have an embarrassment of Daniel.
We're riddled with Daniels, if you know what I mean. All right, so Brad, that's Street Fighter Exceed, but let me mustache you a question about Imperial spells and Steam.
So it's funny you mentioned the latest level 99 games. Imperial does appear that it's going to be pushed back by a month or two due to art concerns. So we're currently targeting July release. We'll see how things go. Hopefully we can get a little bit earlier than that, but I don't want to push again, so I'm pushing now to July as a target release date. That way, if we get it done earlier and get it in June, great. But if we do get to July, I don't have to announce another delay.
Yeah.
So we're announcing July now for Imperial Spells and Steam. That said, we are almost finished with the base game. We have 1 or 2 pieces of art left to do before that can be sent to press. So you should see previews of the base game finished, hopefully by the end of April, maybe early May. And then the other games will follow that shortly.
So, for the listeners who don't know, No Comento's doing all of this art, right?
Yeah, all of this art.
All right, so one Filipino lady versus how many pieces of art? 700?
There are like 60, 70 pieces of art.
Oh, geez, that's a lot of art.
And we did, like 20 backer characters, and we did 8 extra captains. So there was a lot of art added on at the end of the project due to stretch goals, and that really inflated our timeline a bit.
I see. So this might be something we have to consider for the future, for our wildly successful Kickstarters. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, and that's one reason that we clamped down on creative character tiers in Millennium Blades Collusion, is to avoid having the same problem with that.
Yeah, but then that created the opposite problem where we were like, oh, we should have probably put more.
It might be good to create more things that players can be creative with, but that don't involve so much art. And that's probably what we're going to try and do for 7th Cross when we do that project. But I'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm thinking about it. Like, name a thing in the world, right? That would be a cool thing. Like, name this resource or name this house, I guess. That would be very interesting to me. All right. Imperial. But Brad, here's the meat of my question. The meat. Because you know me. What's my favorite level 99 games game? Also my favorite board game?
It would have to be 7-card Slugfest, Marco.
I mean, technically, those are all brawlers, but...
everyone's a brawler.
Everyone's a brawler. Yeah. But you know what game is also where everyone's a brawler?
Oh, dare I say it, Marco?
Yes?
Dark Souls.
Wait. Is throwing magic brawling?
Alright, so let's talk about BattleCon. BattleCon Unleashed.
Thank you, BattleCon Unleashed. Brad, give me my characters. I want all of these Wanderers and this upgraded Unleashed set. What happened? Where is it?
So, The same lovely Filipino lady who's working on Imperial is also working on BattleCon, and so that art has not pushed forward. Playtesting has, and we should be done with Wanderers very soon, and then with the patch content for Trials, Devastation, War, and Fate, which will allow us to finish up Unleashed. So development is coming along pretty soon. We only have a few pieces of art to do once Noko gets free. Wanderer's art's 100% done. Obviously, Trials, we're going to reprint that. The art's 100% done. The Devastation, the art is also 100% done for that. The only thing that we need Noko to do is a few bonus costumes for Unleashed and a few extra promotional fighters for Unleashed, for the stretch goal characters that were unlocked during the game, during the Kickstarter project.
Right.
So,
because some of them don't have Noko art.
Right. So we're not really waiting on artwork for most of this project. We're actually waiting on development. And development is scheduled to be finished this month. However, because of the nature of Unleashed and these pledges, all these projects will ship at once. So some of the projects that are going to take a little bit longer, such as the Unleashed box itself and the promos, they may push the entire shipment back a month or so. We are currently looking at October as the date when everything will ship. We'll see how that timeline holds. We may be able to accelerate it a little bit more, depending on how quickly development completes things. We do have a happy announcement for our Pixel Tactics fans. Pixel Tactics Legends is back on the production schedule, and it will be shipping along with BattleCon Unleashed in October.
Pixel Tactics Legends?
Legends, yes.
Ooh.
And as for 6, we are currently planning 6 for the future. So Pixel Tactics is coming back. We will be doing more of it. It'll be a few more months before you get to see it, but we are planning to continue supporting this line.
Yeah, Pixel Tactics is well, let's just say I love Pixel Tactics. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. We're also working on creating, alongside these the new Pixel Tactics and the new BattleCon, we're also working on creating BattleCon demo decks and Pixel Tactics demo decks that we can give out to stores and to individuals that want to teach their friends. Some free promotional games that you can try out, much like we have our free copy of Exceed.
Ooh, Brad, but what happens if I don't have friends?
Well, I guess you could play BattleCon Online.
Ooh, and speaking of BattleCon Online, we've just released a new character, Carolyn Ross, also known as the Shapeshifter, who is now in BattleCon Online. You know, what's really cool about this is that if you're raring to see some BattleCon Unleashed updates to the War cast or the Devastation cast, looking at BattleCon Online kind of gives you a glimpse into it, because Carolyn has received a, major overhaul of her entire unique ability and all of her cards. So
yeah, and those changes will be reflected in the Unleashed patch that we issue as well.
Yes, indeed. So if you want to know what Carolyn looks like on paper, what Carolyn will look like on paper, check out BattleCon Online, link for which can be found in the description down below. So Brad, that's the current projects, but Brad, this is something that people have been asking me about, especially on the Kickstarter, so I feel like it's very pertinent for us to talk about this right now. Future projects. Ooh, people are asking, Brad, Marco, you guys have done this Kickstarter. It's wildly successful. We're so excited about it. Give us the next one, is basically the summary of it. Mm-hmm. So, Brad, give us the next one. What is it?
Yeah, so our next big project, we're definitely planning our next really large project to be 7th Cross. We've talked about this for about 2 years. The game is in its final form. The combat and mechanics have all been developed. We're now writing the stories and testing out the game flow of the story mode. So those will be done. We will have a fully complete playable demo in the month of April for you to test out in playtesting. You can now test the combat demo already in our current playtesting setups. Yep. So if you want to try 7th Cross, definitely get in touch with Marco and try it.
Yeah.
Now,
it's fun.
Yeah, now before we get to 7th Cross, which is likely, so we don't want to run a new project until Imperial delivers. We don't want to get that many projects behind for you guys, so we're going to wait until definitely July to do our next project. Most likely Seventh Cross will run in October, the same time that BattleCon Unleashed is releasing.
Oh,
We
okay.
are playing with the idea of re-releasing Mystic Empyrean's second edition. This is our role-playing game, Mystic Empyrean, which came out several years back in 2013.
Brad,
And
I'm gonna stop you right there.
yeah,
Can I fangirl about Mystic Empyrean for like 2 seconds or something?
you can talk about it. You can talk about it.
Mystic Empyrean is this cool RPG game where you and your friends are Eidolon gods, and then like you can shape the world, but shape yourselves. And like, okay, here's the elevator pitch. It's an RPG where the way you roleplay affects what powers you get mechanically. Isn't that awesome?
That pretty much sums it up.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And it's not just
You
that, right?
build the world, and you build the world as you play. So there's no GM. The players are collaboratively world building as their character building, as they are carrying out the story.
Yeah.
So if we kickstart that, which we're looking for opportunities to get that ready for kickstarting, that would probably be in August. It would probably be a smaller project, just an opportunity for us to get our feet wet back in the RPG scene. We're hoping to do more role-playing in the future, and the second edition of Mystic Empyrean will be sort of a test for that to see how we can make it profitable and how much labor that it's going to take to put together a role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
The new edition should be a much more complete product than the last one. It'll come with a box, with cards, with scratch pads to do all the world building on, all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh, Brad, I'm saying it right now. I'm putting my foot down. Once we get this thing to Kickstarter, we have to play a game on stream.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. That is a requirement. You cannot stop me. And even if you don't want to do it, I will get some other people to do it. We'll get Chris. Chris will do it, and it'll be great.
I want to play it again. It's been a long time since I got a chance to play Mystic Empyrean.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like I tried playing it once, and then I got a group of fans together, and we tried doing it. It's just that it fell apart because time zones.
Time zones are tough.
Time zones are tough, but
that's
yeah.
True.
So hopefully this gives me the excuse to finally rope you into playing a game with me, and you can see me roleplay, Brad. Oh yes, roleplay.
I see you roleplay every week on this show, Marco.
That's a lie because you don't see me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I did. Okay, look, listeners. When I said that, I did the thing where I waved my open palmed hand in front of my face. Like John Cena does. So, kudos to that. All right. So we're doing Mystic Empyrean edition number 2. We're doing Seventh Cross. What's next for Level 99 Games? I mean, like, these are the upcoming Kickstarter projects, but like, what are your hopes and dreams and aspirations?
Well, there's 4 more things that I want to tell you about.
My mind's being blown here. 4 things?
4 things. 2 of these things we've previously announced, but we haven't put a date on yet. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Street Fighter Exceed Second Wave and Third Wave. Those are going to be planned for late this year and early 2020. So those seasons of Exceed will be coming along fairly shortly, by the end of this year, and those will be in testing very soon too. So if you're looking for some of the characters in the series that you didn't find in the first group, say for example Jury or Q or Laura or Alex, Rose, Nash, Rashid, DJ, the 2 DJ players out there in the world. Those characters we are making, they are going into these second and third waves, and those will be available later on this year, but you can play them in playtesting in a few months, so look out for those soon.
Brad, 2 things. Number 1, you just totally revealed like a lot of the cast. That's wild to me. Number 2, you didn't reveal my one of my favorite characters, the character that's eponymous with cheap and dirty strategies. So
are we talking about Ibuki?
Well, no. What would a newbie fighting game player get really frustrated by because their opponent just repeatedly spams one attack?
It would be Cody's rock throw. Right?
That's possible, but it involves slapping. A lot of slapping.
I I guess that would be Sakura's dashing grab,
Okay, Brad. You know
100
what?
hand slap.
You're wrong.
But that's an attack.
It's actually Sean's basketball from Street
Sean's
Fighter.
basketball.
Yes, Sean's basketball. And number 2, Brad, is second wave and third wave the name of the sets, or are they just Street Fighter Exceed?
They will just be Street Fighter Exceed.
So not Street Fighter Exceed Alpha and Street Fighter Exceed Second Impact or something?
That exact branding will be up to the publisher, Jasco, to determine.
Oh, okay.
We are still just the development studio for these games. So we will put the characters in the box. They will decide what the actual box is called. Although we do have some influence there, I think that they may be named based on the games the characters come from. And part of the way the licensing works with this is if we want to do characters, say, from Third Strike, we need to make the box all be Third Strike characters. We can't mix and match characters that only appear in 4, characters that only appear in 3.
That makes sense.
Right?
That makes sense.
So, yeah, Capcom wants to keep their branding consistent. So, if we do any Street Fighter 5 characters, there's going to be a box of Street Fighter 5 characters. If we do any Third Strike characters, there's going to be a whole box of Third Strike characters. We are planning to do a box of both of those series. So, look out for more Street Fighter Exceed very soon. We're going to have a very large roster of Street Fighter characters in rotation.
Yep, I'm excited for a few of them. Quite a few of them. I'm so excited. Sorry. Cool. I'm just really happy because as a playtester myself, I've seen these boys and gals, and some of them have so fun UAs. Oh my gosh. But before we get into Street Fighter, we have another Exceed season, which we have not announced yet, but which will be announced very shortly, probably during the month of April. However, you don't have to wait to hear that announcement. You can go to playtesting right now, and you can play with the new Exceed fighters, which are currently in playtesting. These will be coming out later in the year, probably in the November-December block, right in time for Christmas. So, if you're looking for more Exceed action around there, we've got it ready for you. Yeah, this is a very popular IP. People love this IP. It's everywhere, and my favorite character is Beep Beep. You know, from the Beep Beep, right? Like such a fun character. Their UA is Beep. Yeah, so like, I'm so excited, Brad.
Wow, that's censorship.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I accidentally reveal that the newest season of Exceed is Naruto, oh no, what have I done? Yeah, no,
Marco, you make me so Sasuke.
There's a little bit of Sasuke in all of us.
No.
Oh my gosh,
aren't we all Sasuke in one way or another?
Oh Brad, we need that on a shirt. Aren't we all Sasuke in one way or another? Is Sasuke a copyrighted name?
No, it's a common Japanese name.
Great, so we can use it because I know Goku is a copyrighted name, or at least it's a trademarked name, so you can't use it.
Yeah. I'll see about making that shirt for you, Marco.
Thanks, Brad. Send it over to me for Christmas. I'm done. All right, Brad. So you've given us a teaser for Exceed season Street Fighter and Exceed season beep 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 beep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have one more thing to reveal to you in this Level 99 Direct.
All right. Directly to you.
Yeah. So the next big thing that we are working on at Level 99 Games is Pixel Tactics Digital Edition will be coming out. We're targeting the Switch, the iOS, Android platforms for Pixel Tactics. You will be able to play this game. It has a full campaign mode, full single player mode. You will be able to play that single player mode cooperatively with a friend on the same couch. You'll also be able to play randomized dungeons cooperatively with friends. And there will be a couple new mechanics to really bring Pixel Tactics into the digital space. So we have a very cool Pixel Tactics digital game planned for you in the upcoming months, and I look forward to sharing more of that with you as it gets closer.
Oh my gosh. If you want to see kind of like the shape this was taking on, so on our YouTube channels, we have actually released a series of Pixel Tactics online videos. So if you're curious as to what this might look like, watch those videos. That's not the final game at all. Like, that's still like super alpha. Like, it'll say on the video, it's like super alpha content. but that might just be what you end up playing. That will give you a general idea of what we're going for.
It certainly gives you the look of and you can see some of the new mechanics that have been involved, like orbs, to balance the power of orders, and some of the way that some of the new orders and the excellent animations that Fabio Fontes created for us.
Oh my gosh, these animations are great. Some of my favorite ones are the spawning animation for Hikech is absolutely great because he
just like shadows up from the ground.
Yeah. He literally Organization 13 spawns from the ground, right? He's shadow spawns from the ground like in Kingdom Hearts. It's so good. And so one thing I want to make clear here, Brad, is that this is either fully cooperative or a fully single player game. There's no PvP content.
We are not planning we are planning local PvP at the moment. But we're not planning the online PvP content just yet.
Yeah.
So that's something that discussions are still ongoing about how we want to handle that and what we want to do with it. We feel that we'll be able to offer a stronger single-player experience. So that's where we're going with Pixel Tactics Digital this time, is to let people play locally on their couch, both cooperatively and competitively.
So it sounds like we're making Slay the Spire 7. I like it.
Maybe so, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna give me randomized dungeons, that's what I'm gonna assume it's gonna be like, right? The roguelike player in me sounds very excited about these randomized dungeons, Brad. So
yeah, there will definitely be a roguelike element, and it'll be really fun to do that roguelike element cooperatively.
Oh, cooperative roguelike card game thing? I'm sold, man. I love it. And then imagine the bosses. Oh my gosh, bosses in a card game, and then there's a board. Oh, Brad. I'm sold. I want this game now. Oh wait, I can actually play it. Ooh.
So it's still pretty heavily in development, especially the co-op portions. But you will be able to play it fairly soon in our playtesting servers. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, keep an eye out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. And search the Level 99 Games YouTube channel if you want to see some of the animations and some of the possibly new mechanics. Like Brad said, orbs. In action. Note that those were mostly PvP-centered experiences because, we were testing out the system, right? We weren't doing single-player content yet because we need to make sure everything's working, actually. So, There you go. I'm really excited for this game.
Well, yeah, and we'll talk further about it in future updates. But I do look forward to sharing it with you, and I think it's going to be a really great experience for Pixel Tactics.
All right. So, that pretty much does it for this News at 99, where we give you all the news for Level 99 games or otherwise. Did you enjoy this episode? I know a lot of people have been asking for updates regarding our projects and all that stuff, and I know some people miss the news segment in our old podcast format. Brad and I have decided this is probably the best way to get the news to you, is that when we have a lot of news to give, that's when we make a news episode. So hopefully all of you enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll see one of these about every 10 episodes, about every quarter, coming out through the Level Cap podcast. So I hope that you'll join us for the next one. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this news episode for our News at 99. And Marco, why don't you take it away?
All right. So this has been your Daily News at 99. It has been me, your anchor host, Marco dos Santos, also known as the Mechanic Crick, and with me has been my amazing co-anchor, God President of Level 99 Games himself,
Brad Talbot.
And we would like to thank you so much, World of Indians. Thank you, and good night. And don't forget, happy gaming.
The new Level Cap podcast is produced by Level 99 Games. Join us next Wednesday for more design talk and shenanigans. Thank you for listening.